Dear colleagues, thank you, President Rapp. It is my great pleasure, along with my co-organizer, Professor Ming Shah, to convene this dialogue on the topic of education, religion, and happiness between His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet and American academics of Chinese descent at this historical Roosevelt House. His Holiness, since his exile 51 years ago, has become the teacher to us all. His Holiness' first commitment is the promotion of human values such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, contentment, and self-discipline. His Holiness' second commitment as a religious practitioner is the promotion of interreligious harmony. His third commitment is to the welfare of Tibetan people, focusing on the survival of their identity, culture, and religion. He has consistently advocated policy of nonviolence, even in the face of extreme adversity. He is a man of peace, preaching kindness, love, and compassion towards all living beings, particularly towards one's enemy, which is why he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 1989. One of the most important means of practicing nonviolence is through dialogue. He has held dialogue with heads of states, opinion leaders, heads of different religions, with many well-known scientists, and with common people. In fact, he had a 1-hour question and answer session via Twitter to respond to questions submitted by Chinese web user last Friday morning. We are very glad to have this opportunity to have a dialogue between His Holiness and a group of Chinese scholars in the United States. We're very pleased to have the opportunity to host such an event. We have gathered today 60+ American academics of Chinese descent from many parts of the country. We have professors coming from all the major city university campuses, as well as from Williams College, Swarthmose College, Vassar College, Bucknell University, Rockefeller University, Pace University, Bonner College, and several others. The specialization of those present ranges from history, English, political science, math, physics, biology, to Asian and Chinese language and culture, international relations, arts, and law. Our dialogue with His Holiness will have the following format. It will start with a short speech by His Holiness, followed by questions and comments from Professor Min, a political scientist from College of Staten Island, and Professor Joseph Lee, a historian from Pace University. And we will welcome questions from the audience after that, if we have some time left. Finally, I just want to let everybody know some housekeeping rules. Please turn off your cell phone, although I understand there's no reception in this room anyway. And remain seated, no photographs, remain seated at the end of the program until after Holiness and his entourage have left. Now it is my distinct honor to cede the microphone to His Holiness.
Thank you. Dear brothers and sisters, and particularly dear Chinese brothers and sisters, I'm extremely happy having this meeting with Chinese brothers and sisters. So we are passing through some difficulties. Actually, they last now over 60 years. You see, I think, and actually early period, for example, when I was in Peking 1954-55. There was real sort of hopeful. As a result of meeting Chinese leader or leader of Trung Hoa Chairman Mao, 伟大的毛主席 At that time, really 伟大 really broad mind and very practical, at the same time, very humble. A great leader. So we, during that period, I spent about 5 to 6 months in Peking itself. So during that period, I had several meetings or audience with Chairman Mao. And then also you see some other leaders like Du Te, Liu Shaoqi, Deng Xiaoping also. Then some other many, Chen Yun, Ten Yi, Liu Beijing, Peng Dehui. Most of the top leaders, military as well as civilian, very sort of close contact. Then rest, I think 2 to 3 months touring different part of China. Each places, Shenzhen or Shizhang, most cases party member. Fuxingdang, Fushang, there are some non-party member also. So they talk with those party member. Really, great, very meaningful. Like Chairman Mao's talk, every word, there is meaning. When I met Fuxingdang or Fushang, not party member, and too much polite. Sometimes talk about weather like that. So then I often use boring. So, and meantime, I also learned about Marxism and Leninism also. At that time, the sort of concept of worldwide revolution, they eliminate exploitation without a boundary. I very much attracted. So at that time, even I asked as a government authority, I want to join Chinese Communist Party. So that time, they say, better to wait. So I think that their advice is right. Later, you see, the same Communist Party, now no longer these principles, corrupted now. So today, Chinese Communist Party, a Communist Party without communist ideology. Pity, is it? A capitalist communist now, like that. So in any way, at that time, really, things are very, very hopeful. So when I went to Peking through Kansang Gonglu, 是吧？康藏公路，川藏公路，when I returned the same route, on the road in Gongbu Ningji, 张国华，司令员张国华 now coming from Lhasa to Peking. I met on the road. And I told him, last year, when I coming through this road, full of suspicion, fear. Now I'm returning, same road, full of confidence. full of hope. But then, beginning of 56, uprising started in eastern Tibet, Kham area. Then we receive month by month terrible news. What's happening in this area? The same year, 56, I visited India, where I met Zhou Enlai, and when we met, Zhou Enlai conveyed to me he carried a special message from Chairman Mao. That is, reform 6 years postponed. And if necessary, after that, even can postpone indefinitely. Zhou Enlai carried that message. In any way, 57, I think February or January 57, I returned. In spite of many sort of different views or even dangers, we return. I worked hard to cool down the situation, but failed. Then 59, uprising happened. So there is conflict, there is problem. Whether Chinese government admit or not, there is problem. That problem neither good for Tibetan nor to the People's Republic of China as a whole. We have to solve this problem. We are not seeking independence. We are not seeking separation. In spite of different history, see, we are always looking forward. Now we are 21st century. You see, things are not like the the early part of 20th century. Look, European Union, the spirit of European Union. These different countries in the past sacrifice their what say? Sovereignty. Sacrifice currency. Their what say there? Their citizen, for protection of their sovereignty. Now that kind of situation is gone. Now people more realistic thinking about common interest. So European Union started. In early 50s, one great thinker of India, his name Bigno Baba, spiritual leader as well as politician, and have long sort of sighted vision. He once expressed a concept of ABC. That means A, Afghanistan, B, Burma, C, Sri Lanka, and then India, Pakistan, all formed some kind of federation. I very much attracted these. And first of all, I very much attracted the worldwide sort of revolution. So national boundary is not important. So with these sort of backgrounds for my sort of belief, and also the practical reason, 73, 74, we already made up in our mind in Dharamsala. At that time, while China still involved Cultural Revolution. So at that time, we decided, now sooner or later, we have to talk to central government, we have to talk. So the question of separation is out of question. And realistically speaking, not necessarily maximum benefit to Tibet, because Tibet, backward country, materially, very backward. Every Tibetan wants modernized Tibet. For that reason, as far as economic development is concerned, Tibet remains within the People's Republic of China. It is our own interest, our own sort of benefit. So, the spirit of middle wave approach started 74. So then 79, under the leadership of Deng Xiaoping, he himself rehabilitated after his own rehabilitation. Now we received some signal from Peking. Peking government or central government want to talk. Then we immediately responded. However, then around 86, 7, some democratic movement started in some of the university in mainland China. So the central government policy then became hardened. Then finally Tiananmen event happened. So the central Hu Yanpeng dismissed. Hu Yanpeng, very, very extraordinary communist leader, full of courage, admit their own failure, their own mistake. He's such a person, I think thinking, realistic thinking. So he dismissed. And then Zhao Ziyang also is a disgrace. So then whole policy becoming more leftist thinking. So our dialogue, no value. Although we continuously carry pursue dialogue. So then 2008 is in this crisis happened. So at that time, a short moment, we received some different signal from Peking. Some are very hopeful signal. But then, within few weeks, that positive things disappear. The same hardliner. So in spite of that, we carry continuously as well
our pursuit of
dialogue.
dialogue.
And also our stand not change. So after 2008, then the March crisis, I really get the feeling of exhaustion. Right? I publicly express our faith towards government now become thinner. But our faith towards Chinese people never shaken. Because the Chinese people, cultured people, hardworking, realistic, wherever Chinese community live, whether in Canada, whether in New York, Vancouver, or New York, or San Francisco area, or in India, also in Calcutta area, where the Chinese community there, they not only sort of also they adopt they sort of new life, adapt new life, but also they keep culture, including Chinese language, so that eventually wherever bigger Chinese community there, it create Chinatown, no Indian town. It seems no Japanese town, right? But
There's one in
Neo Geo.
there's one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So these are the sort of indication that the Chinese people, practical, hardworking. And then after all, Buddhist country, historically. Chairman Mao's mother, Buddhist. Chiang Kai-shek's mother, also Buddhist. Two Buddhist mothers produce a little strange boy. So one time, Chairman Mao, very much praising Buddha. He considered Buddha Shakyamuni is one ancient revolutionary. He mentioned to me like that. So in any way. So now, you see, the problem is there. This problem have to solve. Now, government side, a little hardliner thinking. Okay, they let them carry their hardliner sort of policy. But we, people level, you see, it is extremely important having sort of clear sort of understanding each other and try how to solve this problem. So that's why I'm very, very happy here. Okay.
Wow,
No questions.
This is wonderful, short history. And, well, in the spirit of dialogue, Professor Lee, would you want to make some comment?
Okay, sure, maybe. Well, first of all, I think it's an honor for me to be here with Your Holiness. And I just want to make two brief comments because I think you just gave us a very rich historical overview of your interactions with different Chinese leaders over the last 50 years. Basically, two questions. One is, first of all, I think when you deal with different generations of the Chinese leaders, what is your comment on the leadership qualities of the current leaders now, especially their policy towards you and Tibet? And the second question is, how did your religious faith, especially your teaching of compassion, help you to overcome all these kinds of difficulties in dealing with the Chinese leadership, especially whenever they change their signals and also their policy towards you?
동주가리 와서 사과터에 다대 우티수
우티수 니버디
참제.
네 돈이야 강에 남편은 돈내시나고 개박을.
I think again, whenever I explain, my sort of answer always becomes a little longer. But you see, there's no other way. I have the feeling whenever we talk, I want to get the sort of holistic picture. So it have to explain the whole background. Now here, the leadership, same Communist Party, same one-party rule, same constitution. But I usually describe Mao's era, Deng Xiaoping era, Jiang Zemin era, Hu Jintao era. Mao's era emphasizes importance of pure ideology. Deng Xiaoping era don't care about ideology. Important is people's living standard must improve. So he opened outside world, and he actually, I think, bold enough to follow capitalism. So he emphasized economy. That really brought big change. Then I think, like you, thousands young students have the opportunity to study abroad. These are big change. Then Jiang Zemin era, because the economy liberalization, now new class now, not only working class, Laodong Remin, but also you see the new capitalist now people now coming, middle class, and also billionaire. So many cases, some individual become richer. Poor people still remain very poor, particularly those Laotian really now find difficulties. So therefore, this gap. Here you see firstly, so you see new class. Also, you see very influential in the society. So now Communist Party no longer party of working class people. Party should represent all different classes. So therefore, idea of three represents Jiang Zemin. Then Hu Jintao, because the situation, a new situation create sort of the gap, rich and poor, and also coastal area and interior area. So there is problem, new problem. So Hu Jintao now emphasizes promotion of harmony. Harmonious society. So these are indicate, I believe, Communist Party have the ability to carry the new initiative according the new reality. So, therefore, now Wu Jintao emphasizes importance of harmony. Harmony among the people and also with different minorities. So the last 60 years, sort of just a slogan, 전국 민수 전국 가서다 민주 다통제 완수해. That's not sufficient. 다통제 must come from here, from heart, not slogan. Slogan can carry out of fear. Real 다통제 must come from here. So, recently one article appeared, China Youth Daily. I think you must saw. I think the article is mentioned. Real harmony must come from heart, and power, security personnel cannot bring that genuine harmony out of from heart. So, full cooperation with people, and also some hint the judiciary must be above on party power. So these are the new thinking, very true. These are realistic sort of thinking. And also Wen Jiabao's sort of article praising Hu Yangpeng. These things are the science. You see, the top leadership's mind thinking seems to see becoming more realistic. So hopeful sign. That's my view. So meantime, like us, I think should remind from time to time the existing sort of policy which based on using force. It is wrong. It is outdated. Force can control physical, not mind. Mind can control through reasons, through respect. Like that. So that's my view. And then when 10th March crisis happened, I developed almost the same sort of experience which occurred 1959 10th March. Helplessness, hopelessness, much sort of anxiety. So during such period, I visualize those decision makers on the spot, visualize them, and develop sense of concern, compassion towards them, and take through imagination, take their anger, suspicion, hatred, take oneself, and give them compassion, self-confidence, like that. So that kind of practice, of course, won't help to solve the problem, but mentally, immense benefit. In spite of such sort of hopelessness feeling, still you can keep peace of mind, like that. Next question.
Professor Shah, we are really running out of time. There's a reception upstairs, but could you ask a question, a comment as well?
Oh, okay. I just feel we are here to gather here as an educator or as a humanist, and also as for me as a political scientist, and also for some of you as political activists. And I think recently, because I have attended the lectures by His Holiness, I've thought about it. Several things maybe we can ruminate about and we can learn, or we hopefully in the future we also want you to teach us more. One is, I think, we know in today's China, the morality crisis, I think, is deepening. And so when we talk about how we are going to reconstruct the moral systems in today's China. So I think we have a lot to learn. Second is I'm thinking about education, and because I have heard the Tibetan government in exile really has put a lot of stress on education. And one thing I'm amazed is, among the Tibetan exiles, there is no illiterate. And so I'm amazed by this kind of achievement, and I think we can find some secrets regarding education. And so also there's another important thing regarding democracy. And when the Dalai Lama and His Holiness started his most difficult time in exile in 1959, and he found democracy. I think that's amazing when people are in difficulty and then they still pursue non-violent way and a democratic way to try to solve conflicts. And so I think this is clearly for many parties, they do not follow the same pathway. I think that's also very amazing. The last part I feel is interesting for me. And on the one hand, we develop compassion for many things happening in the world. But on the other hand, we try to also keep detachment. And so I have one is a big question is how much when I get is the compassion for everything, but I don't hurt my mental hygiene. So I still can.
mental hygiene, sir.
So that's my question, my difficulty. So I want to know.
저 때가 들으셨다는 때는 또 그런 좀 개발되어 봐. 이제 다들 점면에다 막 신경을 안 정말이야. 니지 왜서리야. 니지 그냥 되게 되베나. 그냥 수수쌤 막이 보여야다는데. 수수직 쌤 초보 영화에 답시지 걸어 봤을 때 만들어야죠. 수수쌤 부터 삼당 것들.
Yes, that is the main sort of I think important question. Usually, I sort of have the view the way promoting human sort of moral ethics or peace of mind should be three ways. Number one way is through theistic religion, believe God, and through that way, Kasota receive some kind of self-confidence and hope and peace of mind, particularly when person passing through difficulties. Then second method, non-theistic religion. That's Buddhism. No God, no idea of God, but ultimately self. Oh, what happened? Perhaps more now, time for sleep. So, non-theistic. I think many of you, traditionally China is a Buddhist country, as I mentioned earlier. I think we should know the real Buddhist concept. There's no creator, but ourselves as a creator. So everything depends on one's own mental action, verbal action, physical action. So that we call law of causality. And also the concept of karma. Karma means action. So future depends on one's own action. The physical action depends on mental action. Mental action is compassionate or positive. The physical action also become positive. So that one way, promoting inner peace. Then there should be third one, without talking religion, without touching religion, secular way. There are ways using our common experience. Everybody come from our mother. We receive maximum affection from our mother. Generally speaking, some mother is very bad. But generally speaking, even animal, they are youngster raised under mother's affection. There's a biological factor. So the experience, we received immense affection from our mother. That experience remains deep inside our brain or our blood cells. So therefore, you see, the people who have that kind of experience also have the potential to show other affection. That's common experience. Then common sense. I think any community where more compassionate atmosphere, much happier. I think sometimes communist society suspect each other, isn't it? So even every word you have to think very careful. Where spy? They're very much sort of because of network. So in such circumstances, fear, distrust. Under that circumstance, you never can be real inner peace. Difficult. Always something alert.
Anxious.
Very cautious.
No. Anxious.
Anxious. So that's our common sort of sense. Then third, scientific finding. Now real answer is, everybody take care of body health, isn't it? We spend a lot of money for medicine, for exercise, and ladies, you see, some cosmetic things. You see, that's in order to take care your beauty, isn't it? So now here, the peace of mind, more compassionate mind, immense benefit for our health. Now some reliable, respected scientists now confirm peace of mind, very important factor for good health. And my own little experience, now it more or less, according to my own experience, is confirmed. So therefore, and also lady, I usually used to describe external beauties and internal beauty. Long run, even happy marriage, long-lasting marriage, inner beauty is more important than external beauty. Do you agree? I think you more experienced. I think you know better. So in any way, so therefore, practice of compassion, first benefit go to oneself. That I think must know.
Must be known.
People usually, sense of caring of other, sense of sort of a concern for others' well-being. It's wonderful, but no benefit to oneself. That's totally mistake. And similarly, anger, hatred, also see, not harm other directly. But as soon as anger, hatred develop, your peace of mind is lost. So you suffer most. Whereas practice of compassion also is the first benefit go to oneself. Like that. Sometimes, you see, when I passing through a street, I usually used to do, whenever I saw someone, I just consider another human being. So I usually smile. So sometimes, especially some young lady, you see their response. When I smile at them, they look, I think they feel, that person thinking advantage or something. So you see, my smile brought more suspicion, more uncomfortable. But myself, happy. Okay. So the practice of compassion, the maximum benefit to oneself. That's important. And then also, I think, like you, these professors, in order to carry our intelligence more efficiently, calm mind is very important. Because in order to carry study, your attitude must be very objective. Not like Communist Party sort of thinking. There is some political agenda there. Then study or anything, you see, must go according to that. This is biased. Must be, as I'm Buddhist. But when I investigate, anything can be possible. That kind of attitude. Even Buddha's own word, we have the liberty to investigate. So Buddha stated, my follower should not accept my teaching out of devotion or faith, but rather your own thorough investigation and experiment. That is the greatness of Buddhism. So like that. So therefore, in order to carry research work, calm mind is very important. If your mind too much emotion, then you cannot see the reality because your mental thinking is biased like that. So calm mind comes more open mind, open-hearted, clear, full of suspicion, distrust. You cannot develop calm mind. Open. Consider if I come here with feeling, oh, Chinese, difficult, then I cannot communicate with you openly. If I came here, oh, Chinese, our brothers, sisters, same human being. Even face level, very beautiful. You see, like that, then we can communicate easily. So trust, openness is very essential. I think one of the real faults of today's communists is secrecy, not transparent. So this method actually ruin the party's image. The Communist Party must be honest, truthful. When truthful, honest there, no basis of secrecy, should be transparent. Isn't it? So if, as I mentioned earlier, if I still party member, then I may start that kind of work. but then they may dismiss me from the party.
I'd like to thank His Holiness.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. We wish we have more time, but you have engagement upstairs. Thank you very, very much. And last word, I would like to thank the President and her very dedicated staff for making this event possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really... I really hope, you see, this kind of sort of meeting, I think from time to time, whenever, now for myself also, you see, whenever I'm passing through New York, occasionally, I think I would like, you see, having this kind of more meeting. And particularly those people who have some suspicion, they also should participate. That make clear. That's very important. So as the Chinese brothers, sisters, unfortunately, party propaganda just one-sided. As you know, during Cultural Revolution, the full praise about Cultural Revolution. Woha, ta, gaming, marbe. Oh? Yes. Full praise. So the party sort of propaganda always much sort of extreme or distorted, according to their political sort of necessity. They're always distorted. So people should know the reality. For that, you should know both sides' information. The party sort of information and the Tibetan side information. Then also, you see, those American, they are not Tibetan, not Chinese. You see, they usually, I think, a Tibetan side, sometimes some emotions there. The Han peoples also, sometimes emotion there. And then those who are our friend, those European, those American, you see, they can, I think, judge better. So please listen, both sides. That's very important. And particularly those young Chinese students who carry study here, you see, should, they should know all the information. Then they can judge. they can develop, I think, realistic sort of understanding. That's very important. Thank you.